Aloha, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the worst program on the internet, where everything we know about Irish history and culture comes from the Dennis Leary comedy drama, Rescue Me, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's actually really, really good. So Monday is St. Patrick's Day, and if you were in Ireland, you'd likely be celebrating their patron saint by going to church, watching a parade, enjoying traditional Irish food, dance, music, and wearing green, that sort of thing. Here in the United States, it's all just about getting shit-faced, isn't it? Which, come to think about it, really has more in common with the Irish characters in Rescue Me than it does with anyone who actually lives on the Emerald Island. Go figure, right? Either way, U.S. Irish or Irish Irish. I think there's one thing we can all agree on. Rory Gallagher, and he was something special. So from 1982, it's Rory Gallagher, and the song is What in the World? And man, this is just some heavy-duty stuff. Enjoy.
Where in the world
Rory Gallagher, as we said, from 1982. There's a couple different Rory Gallagher tracks I was thinking about doing. One is this acoustic cover he does of this Lead Belly tune that is just quite mind-blowing. So I was kind of going back and forth. I didn't know which one to do. I decided to do this one just, I don't know, just because of kind of the soaring technique. I guess it's more typical Rory Gallagher. Maybe not. Sometimes called the greatest guitarist you've never heard of, Rory Gallagher was born March 2nd, 1948 in Ballyshannon, Ireland, one of the oldest towns in Ireland. He taught himself to play ukulele as a small child, received his first guitar at the age of 9. He was initially attracted to skiffle music, like a lot of, I guess, young music lovers who were growing up in the early part of the 1960s. A lot of it based on the music being played by Lonnie Donegan that he heard on the radio. Now, Donegan would oftentimes play, he would cover songs, blues songs, American folk songs on the radio, but it was a very tough time to hear really authentic American music if you're living in England at the time. Now, occasionally the BBC would play like some blues numbers, but that was about it. Again, it was really hard to get. Rory Gallagher, he would comb the music stores. He was able to find some songbooks. But with that, and thanks to being able to like stay up late at night and catching a Radio Luxembourg and the Armed Forces radio network, he was really able to kind of put a connection to some of the covers he had to the real artists that he admired so much, primarily Muddy Waters being the big one that he really was attracted to. Now, while he was in school, he, formed bands and he started playing music by Buddy Holly and Eddie Cochran. But then at around that same time, he also discovered some other main influences on his career, that being artists like Woody Guthrie, Big Bill Broonzy, and of course, Lead Belly, who I just mentioned a moment ago. At the age of 15, he was hired to be a lead guitarist for a band called the Fontana Show Band. Now, they played mostly pop tunes, which really wasn't Rory's thing, but he understood it as a good training ground. Gradually, with his, I guess, just kind of his own power of personality and his own ability, he got the band to slowly start shifting their sound. They started playing songs by Buddy Holly and Chuck Berry and the like. And that just kind of continued. By 65, the Fontana Show Band really didn't exist anymore. It became another band called The Impact. It went by another name as well, but really by 1966, just a few short years later, that band with some personnel changes became The Taste, which a lot of you may be familiar with it. That band went from 66 to 70, and they just really did this cool sort of blues, rock, acoustic ballad, a lot of like jazz fusion things as well. Just a fantastic group. A lot of that just on the strength of Rory Gallagher's just great musicianship and his leadership. As I said, that band did break up in 1970. From there, Rory Gallagher went on to a very impressive solo career. In fact, in 1972, Melody Maker named him Guitarist of the Year, which is a big deal then. And throughout his career, he just continued to tour throughout the world, including Northern Ireland during the Troubles, which, of course, as you know, was this time of great political unrest, terrorism, bombings, all kinds of really bad shit that was happening in Northern Ireland. Now, at this time, a lot of artists were told, don't go to Northern Ireland. It's just not safe. For one reason or another, Rory Gallagher, I guess, just didn't listen. He played Northern Ireland on a regular basis. In fact, oftentimes staying at the Europa Hotel, which became known as the most bombed hotel in Europe. But I don't know if he just felt he had a duty to play there or not, what the actual personal reason is, but because he went there and played on both sides of the Irish border, he became more than just a popular musician. To this day, he's one of the most beloved artists in Ireland and Northern Ireland as well. And because of that, he also showed that it was okay for other artists, musicians to go and play in Northern Ireland as well. So, again, great musician and a cultural and national icon as well. Rory Gallagher, unfortunately, he wasn't with us long. He died at the age of 47. This was in 1995. It was basically complications from liver failure, I think some infections and the like, but the number of guitarists who have followed in his footsteps and who have been influenced by him. Well, put us, how long of a list do you want? I guess that's really what it comes down to. Alex Lifeson, Brian May, Glenn Tipton, Robert Smith, The Edge, of course, right? Ireland, Slash, Vivian Campbell, Gary Moore, Joe Bonamassa. Legends in their own right have pointed out to Rory Gallagher as a guy that influenced them and convinced them to pick up the guitar. So the best guitarist you may never have heard of, maybe. But again, for Gary Moore and Joe Bonamassa, Alex Lifeson, and Brian May, well, they definitely heard of him, and that's the reason they all started playing. So I just hope you dug it. Like I said, Monday is St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have a great time. Hope you enjoyed this little look at Rory Gallagher. If you can, please like, subscribe, post a comment. And I'm thinking that acoustic Rory Gallagher is probably going to come up sooner rather than later. It's really just kind of a mind-blowing piece of music. It's just, you hear those things, those songs once in a while, it just kind of catches you inside. That's what this one did to me. Either way, enjoy your time. Wear green. Aloha. We'll see you again next time real soon. All right. Take care.